We talked about him last week with Luke Rockhold. Wanted to check up on him. He's kind enough to be joining us on the phone. Alex, are you there?
I'm here.
Good to talk to you as always, Alex. So there's a lot going on in your life. I actually want to start right after we spoke. You know, we checked in with you around 2 months ago, and you were getting set to come back. You were feeling good, and then you find out that DC is going to fight for the heavyweight title, and that belt was going to be put on ice. How did you react to that when you heard that news?
First of all, I got a little bit shocked because I didn't see that coming at all. Second of all, I just felt like I felt a little bit disappointed because I'm the number one contender, and I really wanted that fight, and I was counting on it. Well, a lot has happened since that, and here we are. You know.
When you found out that news, because of the fact that you have fought a lot of the top guys at 205, you've beaten a lot of the top guys, was it hard to kind of think, okay, like what's next? Where's my motivation here? Because there's not a ton of new options, exciting options for you at 205?
Exactly. You know, that's what I was thinking and feeling a little bit too, because like you said, I mean, I'm the number one contender. I'm right just underneath him, and that was the fight, you know, I wanted, and I think a lot of fans too, because you know, we had a good first round, and it could be even better second one. So yeah.
Right after UFC, or excuse me, right before UFC 221, Luke Rockhold said that the weight cut was starting to become tough and that he was thinking of 205. And then after he got knocked out, then you emerged and said, well, I'd like to welcome you at 205. Where did this idea come from?
Well, I just felt like, you know, first of all, he's a good fighter, but you know, he was saying a lot that, you know, it's easier fight at 205 and just a lot of stuff, and it seems like to him he was going up in weight just to have an easier fight, more or less, and I just told him that's not the case, and you know, here I am. So yeah, basically he was the one started on this, and I just follow up on it.
But you have been vocal on Twitter, right? I mean, you have called him chinny and things like that. We haven't usually seen this from you. Where is this coming from?
It's a new me.
New year, new you.
Exactly.
Is it really like the frustration of not getting the title fight and being out and the injury and having to be on the sidelines? Is this kind of boiling over now, and that's what we're seeing as far as these tweets are concerned?
No, I'm not boiling over, but I've been a little bit frustrated because I was counting on the DC fight, and you know, it was me and him fighting for the belt again. That was my plan. That was my you know, my planning basically, and it didn't end up like that. So it's been a little bit frustrating. It feels like, you know, we've been, you know, I've been injured for a while too. I got injured in not long after the fight I had against Glover, and so I'm really motivated, and I've been out for a while, and I'm just tired of being out, you know, such a long period of time, and I just want to be active, and I feel, you know, I feel the fire and I feel the motivation, and now when he's going up in our weight class, we just, you know, or me, we just sitting there on the sideline watching everything happen. So it feels, you know, I'm a little bit frustrated, a little bit disappointed, but you know, we're looking at different opportunities here. So let's see what happens.
What did you make of that reply from Daniel after you tweeted at him saying that sometimes you know, you lose your way into a title shot, that he should be fighting Robert Whittaker? Did you think that was below the belt? What did you think of that? The Gustafsson way, as he put it.
Well, you know, I don't know what to say to that. Just more than you know, I'm not the one disappearing here. You know, he knows I'm here, and I know he knows I'm waiting for him, and it feels like he's just playing it safe, and you know, and he has everything to gain in that fight and nothing to lose, basically.
I asked Luke Rockhold about fighting you last week. It seems like there's some talks of him fighting maybe Michael Bisping again, but he did seem very interested in fighting you. Are you confident that that's going to be your next fight?
I'm not confident about it, but let's hope something happens. Let's see what happens.
Are you starting to lose some patience here? Like, would you like to know something soon?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm injury free. I'm back in full training, and you know, I had a great show against Glover, but there's so much more on me, and I'm here, and I'm waiting for you know, a good fight, a good opportunity, and that's about it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what the plans are for our division and all of that.
I know you signed with new management recently. You signed with Nima, who's one of the best in the game. Do you know if he's talked to the UFC about, you know, this idea, if they're even receptive to it, if they're thinking about it? Did you get any feedback?
Well, there is a conversation, and that's how much I know now, and we're talking to the UFC a lot, and you know, try to find a way to solve this, and you know, come back and start competing again. So.
To be clear, if you can't get a title shot right away, that would be your top option. That's what interests you most, a fight against Luke Rockhold. Is there anything else? No, you said that pretty quick. That's number one.
No, you know, for me, you know, for me, it's the belt, basically. That's my top priority right now, because I feel like, you know, I'm the number one contender. I've been fighting most of the guys in my division. So that's my top priority. But if that can't happen, I'm up for suggestions, and we're looking at, for example, Luke Rockhold, and see if we could sort something good out.
Are you hoping that Daniel Cormier loses to Stipe Miocic so that he has to come down? In other words, if he wins the heavyweight title, that may make things even more confusing for you?
Well, then I guess I have to do something about it. Maybe eat a little bit more food, or gone up one weight class too. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I just want to, you know, have another good run with him, and you know, he has the belt. He has what I want. So I just, you know, I hope it comes down. If it doesn't, then they have to you know, sort it out somehow.
Are you really considering heavyweight?
No, I'm not done in my division. I'm not done in light heavy yet, but you know, I just keep chasing that belt no matter where it is.
Yeah. You know, a very interesting scenario is playing out as far as your team is concerned. Jimmy Manuel is fighting this weekend, and of course, Ilir Latifi, you know, three of the top guys at 205. This could make things pretty interesting, no? I mean, especially if Jimmy wins this weekend, this could make things kind of cool. I mean, maybe for us, not for you guys, but have you guys talk about what you'll do? Because it's one thing to have two guys up there, to have three make things a little tricky.
It is a tricky situation. It is a tricky situation, but like I said before, and I'm saying it again, it's an option for us fighting. As it comes to now, and my positioning now, I'm feeling that doesn't matter what happens. I'm here to take that belt. That's what my focus is, and my priorities are right now. And you know, of course, I'm happy for the guys. You know, they're winning, and you know, we have a really strong team, and it's something that it means a lot to me. But I have my goal. I have my eyes and my focus on that belt right now.
At this point, are there any restrictions with the shoulder, or are you 100% good?
I'm 100% good, and it's full training now. You know, I've been training a lot with Jimmy, a lot with Ilir, and feeling great. You know, I usually do 10 rounds now, so no problem.
Oh, wow, 10 rounds. With the cards
My
coming,
conditioning is on top, so.
yeah, I mean, it sounds like it. Like, is there any, you know, the UFC's going to Dublin. There's Chile. There's lots. Is there a perfect card for you that you're saying, okay, that's the one I want to fight on?
No, not really, not really. I just feel it has to be, you know, it has to be something that I want. You know,
Yeah.
it has to be something that I want, and let's see what it is.
And for the record, just to be
What they
clear,
offer me.
you think that Luke Rockhold has a weak chin? Is that fair to say?
Well, I just go by facts. That's all I've been seeing so far. I mean, he thinks it's an easy way coming up. It's an easy thing coming up to light heavyweight, but I'm there to welcome him. So.
By the way, did you watch that John Jones hearing a couple of weeks ago? And if so, what did you think of it?
I didn't see all of it. I saw just a little bit. I can't really say so much about it because I didn't see all of it, but no, a little bit. He's in a tough situation.
Is it fair to say, though, that you don't really think about that fight anymore until it's like a thing that he can come back and actually fight? It's not really something that you dream about? Not really, not now. No, it feels like he's too far away now. But if somehow he comes back, he has a way, and he comes back, you know, that's also a fight I have to do. We need to do a second round, Yeah.
But let's see how it plays out for him.
And DC says that come next March he will retire. If, you know, it's possible you don't get DC or John Jones #2, how would you react to that? Like, will you feel like there's a void in your career if you can't avenge those losses, if both of those fights, those rematches, don't materialize?
Well, I just need to redirect my focus and you know, take that belt from whoever has it or whatever happens in our division. But of course, it's two fights that I really want, because I want to take back those losses and beat them, and that's something that I want. But if they both disappear from the division, there's nothing more that I can do more than taking that belt.
Well, I got to say, I like the new Twitter Alexander Gustafsson. This is a fun Alex. I like it. You're coming with the heat, with the snappy tweets. This is entertaining stuff. I enjoy it. Keep it up.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, keep it up.
I will.
I hope you get the fight that you're looking for. That's a fantastic idea. And hopefully you get some news sooner rather than later, and we can see you back in there, because I know a lot of fans have been missing you in action. So thank you for doing this, Alex. I appreciate you stopping by, and all the best to you and the team, of course, this weekend as well with Jimmy Manuwa fighting.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, there he is, the Mauler himself, Alexander Gustafsson.